What is going on, everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to be talking about more deleted Fallout 4 content, and in this video I'm going to be continuing on from the last one where I do talk about the huge cut quest which is called 20 Leagues Under the Sea. Again, no idea why Bethesda cut this. In my last video I just said I think Todd Howard wanted to slap everyone in the face with his cock, to be honest, but again, I highly recommend you guys go and check out the first one. If you haven't already, again, you'll get to learn much more about the complete start of this quest, basically the setting and what's going on with it. So again, highly recommend going out and checking that one, or you really won't understand what's kind of going on with this video. Again, links for that will be hopefully in the description down below. If not, I've uploaded a little bit before this video comes out. So again, without further ado, we're actually moving on to now Sea Walk, which looks like the second part of the quest. It goes on to say the player would cross the generator room, and if they weren't already having power armor, they'd get one here for free. There's a power armor spawn placed in the alcoves before exiting through the airlock out to the Stealth region, the under the sea, or Vault 120 under the sea O2 temp, emerging by the 3 massive undersea generators at the opposite ends from the Yangtze. Again, another code would also be placed there for the Yangtze one. They would then have to cross the seafloor and seaweed over to the research station, passing through 2 structures at the bottom of the seafloor, likely containing a diver workshops identified with MS03 playtest 14 marker. At the walkway up to the research station collapse, the player would have to pass through a series of underwater caves, climbing to the top of the bank directly underneath the stranded Yangtze, which would be surrounded by a powerful radiation field from the leaking reactor. From there, they'd enter the research station through an airlock. Moving on to the research station now. The way the player would navigate through the station is unclear. There is a bridge start marker, which may suggest a direct entrance was possible, or that it was simply a way to note there was a bridge started for referencing scripts. The player would navigate the research station in its entirety, discovering the grim remains of experiment research into marine life for themselves. Triggered the advanced quest displaying messages from the Overseer, and advanced the quest to stage 400 and 415 respectively. James would catch up with the player once have navigated to the top of the atrium and follow them through the corridor to the door leading to the massive chamber. The door leading to the chamber has another marker, and it appears that the script would gather all the relevant characters inside. The player would then approach the Overseer down the central catwalk and talk to them, judging from the placement of the marker and the presence of the giant squid window in the background. The giant squid would be present again in the background. Zhao and James would be behind the player, James to the left and Zhao to the right. The Overseer would fire if the player had the password in their possession. The confrontation would likely lead to a decision point, likely whether to release the squid. The first one, which would display if the player acquired the password and navigated the referenced object, which has no information on what the object would be and has set to the quest stage of 850. Number 2, this reference of escape message would display the player did not release the squid, quest stage was 800 instead of 850, and advanced the quest stage to 900. In summary, the decision would likely be made regarding the life of the sentient squid, whether to release it into the wild or keep it trapped in Vault 120. James and Zhao would likely represent the 2 options, one for containment and the other for release, given the naming and the marker naming. It's entirely possible that the sentient squid was the Overseer, though given the quest was never properly finalized, it's impossible to tell in that manner. Once the confrontation was over and the player chose his side, they'd head through the other exit from the chamber to escape the catchals, which would return them to Boston. Again, this is one of 2 leftover markers tied to the quest in Fallout 4. This is legit really interesting. Like, the fact that a squid could somehow be the Overseer, like, is that what I'm getting at here? Like, how was this even possible? I'm not exactly too sure. It does look like this vault was, of course, somewhat abandoned, only having a character of relevance being James. It does look like, and Zhao, of course, being the guy from the Yangtze that, of course, does come to the vault with you. Again, the squid being the overseer is absolutely, like, weird as it reminds me of, like, the squid things in Arrival. I don't know if any of you guys have seen that movie, but they were like the aliens that came down to Earth, and yeah, it's a really trippy movie. I'm not exactly too sure what's going on there, but that's what it kind of reminds me of. Of course, there's a couple of other things here as well. Some notes saying that the editor ID and quest name can be found as part of the file name. Yada yada yada. Behind the scenes though, there's a little thing here saying the name of the quest is based on the novel 20 Leagues Under the Sea by Jules Verne, which of course I did mention in the first one. There's also a thing saying that Todd Howard discussed Vault 120 and the 20 Leagues Under the Sea quest in a Reddit AMA on November 10, 2021. He stated that it was to be a Bioshock-style vault with a giant sentient octopus outside. Again, I'm not sure really of anything about Bioshock. I've never, like, played the game. I don't know why this was deleted. Todd Howard, I mean, Lord and Savior Daddy Howard, please, like, just release this back in the game. Like, it would make a whole lot of sense to do that. I don't know why this was deleted. Like, literally, most of this shit was done, and you can tell because it was somehow leaked in Fallout 76. My standing is on this is the Creation Club is supposed to be getting updated next year. And how awesome would it be if Bethesda released, like, massive DLC that actually, like, expanded the vanilla game to where you were able to actually go and explore the water and maybe play stuff like this and do these quests that were all deleted. Again, they're in the game files. All you gotta do is, like, click upload Bethesda and make a ton more money from chubby fat kids like me who want to play your game. It's not hard. Make it happen, Todd Howard. That is, of course, what I think. Again, if you guys would like a part 3 to this video, let me know down below because there's still a lot, I think, to talk about. First of all, there was a lot of weapons and a lot of armors that were pretty much cut and put in the Fallout 4 Far Harbor, you know, DLC and whatnot. If you guys would like, you know, a part 3 where I maybe talk about some of that stuff, again, that information might be a little bit more hard to come across than the stuff that I've done in part 1 and part 2. But again, I'll do it for you guys. I'll make the time and we'll make it happen. So again, definitely let me know your thoughts and opinions on this down below. If you guys would like a part 3, what do you guys think of part 1 and part 2? Again, definitely let me know. Subscribe to my sports channel, my IRO/vlogging channel, and this channel if you haven't already for all the latest gaming content, Fallout content, this and that. Comment your thoughts and opinions down below what you guys think about all of this. And as I was saying, leave a like, subscribe, and comment, and I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.